and go ahead with the recap.
Great. Last session, we started on the barren plains just after we had finished that long rest. It was a little bit of a difficult long rest, but we had marched across the plains and woke up, and we're headed towards the mountain in the shape of a hand. While we walked, Pavel wanted to talk to Hirsum, and Tamil asked if he could hear us, and he just little illusion of a squirrel came out and talked a little while. Hirsum said he was making some renovations to the manor to make it stronger and more in line with the Feywild, which is interesting. And Pavel asked, he says, "I trust you're being a good guest," and Hirsum says, "Of course." Hirsum also gave each of us an umbrella. And while we have these lovely little umbrellas that look like mushrooms with the candles, we have resistance to acid during acid rain, which will help us crossing the plains. We keep traversing. There is like an area that's like hot with like lava and extreme heat. As we're trying to get to our destination, but eventually we approach Fort Knucklebone. And Pavel makes a spyglass, which Vin uses to look. There's short creatures, short creatures with red clothing along like the wall and the entrance. Don't look human, don't look Kenku, some other type of creature. And we approach, and it appears that we got like spotted, and they ask who's there and all that. But Pavel casts sending to one of the guards, and convinces this guy that Pavel is a ghost of someone that this guard recently killed. So Pavel is Larry, the great and terrible ghost, who is haunting the guard, and he seems to be into want to be haunted. He seems on board with it. He would like to subscribe to the haunting. Unfortunately, the haunting is not cheap, and he's so disappointed that it doesn't look like he's going to be able to be haunted. A subscription to be haunted. But Pavel convinces us as we approach the gate that we're friends of Larry the Ghost and they should let us through. So we approach, and we tell them we're friends of Larry the Ghost, and they let us through. They're red caps, the little dudes, like this. Lulu says that this place seems familiar to her. We head to the market first. There's a big goblin with smoke coming out of its ears. It has items for sale. We have a little bit of gold, but we honestly don't have a whole lot to buy. Enough gold to buy anything here. But Vin does sell the Layla steak that he carved, the one that he killed Layla and then was carved to look like Layla. He's able to sell that to this goblin for 35 gold pieces. So it sounds like prices here are high, both for buying and for selling. Excuse me. We chat a little bit, and he tells us that there are some Kenku here at Fort Knucklebones working on a demon grinder. And we go over there and meet them. It appears to be like this machine held together by duct tape. We chat a little bit, and we actually discover the red caps are fey creatures, which is kind of interesting. We also talk to have a type of my notes, but to Maggie, who was a hag that was exiled from the Feywild. Apparently, Titania exiled her for something to do with souls, and we still have to hear some about it and ask him a little bit. Hirsum apparently doesn't mind taking off Queen Titania. Apparently, there's a little bit of soreness because Queen Titania is not Hirsum's mother, and that was a fun conversation. But Mad Maggie, this hag, might be someone that we could potentially ally with. But we go speak to the Kenku. They ask if we know what the name Lulu means. It means love in the Kenku language. The two Kenku there are named Chicka Chicka and Clonk. I think I said that right. Basically, the sound of like an engine and the sound of a wrench, like a clunk. But back to Lulu's name. It is the meaning of love. They said a long time ago the little elephant lost its memory and came here. And the warlord at the time wasn't Mad Maggie, but the warlord at the time sent Lulu away. the Lulu was so nice to the Kinku, and now the Kinku have a home here in this part of hell. And there's just that's the story. We go and talk to Mad Maggie. She has a dream machine, and she says that if we can get the dream machine working, it might help with Lulu's memory. Um, Pavel decides to send to his red cat friend again. I'm a lot. I'm sorry. Basically, Pavel tells the red cat that Larry the ghost knows that they're tough, since they were the ones that killed Larry apparently. They I wrote. I'm sorry. I wrote a weird note. They're mad ones. Demon kickers.
Oh, the madcaps. Yeah, so you found madcaps eating demon acre and playing
demon acre. Okay,
yeah.
Icker, not kicker. Icker. That would help a lot. Okay. Okay. They are not okay. These little dudes that are stuck in the black goo. They say I wrote down time is weird here. As these poor little guys. Yeah, they're not great. We keep coming to the Kinku. They show us the vehicle. It has an engine that runs on soul coins. We could come to the conclusion these Kinku maybe are not really very good people, given that they, are pretty on board and okay with just feeding people's souls into their machine to make it go. But eventually, Mad Maggie does approach us. She said that she heard Zariel got herself another city with El Terrell. Mad Maggie says Zariel's so cool, and she is, I guess, a collector of Zariel themed merchandise stuff, like cool Zariel stuff. Not I say merchandise, but she is a fan of Zariel, and if we brought her anything connected to or related to Zariel, she'd probably be very happy about that. But she tells us about the dream machine, which is missing some parts. She says, and she tasks us with finding 4 different pieces and bringing them back to us in order to fix the dream machine so that Lulu can use it. The first item is the Nirvanian cog box. It is apparently used in lots of different types of internal machines, and these cog boxes actually come from the plane of Mechanus. There's also a Heartstone. It's an item that's used by night hags to infiltrate dreams of their victims, and it's used as a prism or beam splitter in the dream machine. The next item that she needs is Felinesian sand. I didn't say that right, but sand. But basically, it's obsidian sand that's pounded from jagged, rocky rocks on the plains of the Negios, which apparently is the 4th layer of hell. Not that we necessarily have to go there, but we need to get the sand for her. And then the last item are astral pistons. They're another component used in a variety of infernal machinery, and they're actually pistons that extrude into the astral plane, maximizing their mechanical output. Apparently, the astral piston used to be what made the vehicles run, but it's a little bit of an outdated technology since they started using the soul coins. But in theory, if we get hands on multiple astral pistons, we might be able to have a machine that doesn't have to rely on soul coins, though that is very much just speculation and not something that we've actually been asked to do. Specifically for the astral pistons, there's a tinkerer, Uldrick the Tinkerer, who has a shop based out of a location in the western end of the Plains of Fire, which is different than the elemental Plains of Fire. This is a part of the 1st layer of hell, we think, that if we head to the west, we would be able to find this Tinkerer's shop, based out of a Titanic helmet, is his shop. But he had a set of astral pistons in stock a few years back when one of Maggie's riders needed repairs for an old war machine. And it's possible he might still have a supply. The Heartstone, Mad Maggie says she used to be part of a coven, and Mad Maggie and Red Ruth were both part of a coven along with a third knight had named the Gaunt Grella. Maggie believes that Red Ruth killed Grella and stole her Heartstone. So Maggie suspects that Red Ruth is still located somewhere in Avernus, and we might be able to get the Heartstone from her. However, she doesn't know where. The last rumors were that Red Ruth had been seen at the Hades Emporium, and that we might check there for leads. Also, the sand. We were recommended to go to the Hades Emporium for leads on how to get that. And then the Pogbox, they are apparently Modronic technology, like the Modrons, and Maggie had heard that a Modron ship had crashed on the shores of Styx. And she gave us a direction, Contra Dis, which I believe is west. I don't know. South.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
South. Sorry.
Don't worry.
From Fort Knucklebones, and that is likely the closest one. But yeah, so those are 4 items to potentially go get. 1 at this crashed ship site, 2 at the Emporium, and then the last one at the Tinkerer's shop. And we learned a little more about Mad Maggie, that she rules with an iron fist, the mountain shaped like a hand. And she I think took a little bit of a liking to us, and just recommended that we go see Auntie Ursula before we leave, and if we need to supply up. Let's see. Beme conjured a tapestry of Zariel. In this tapestry, she looked very different from the description that we know of Zariel, and she told the story of the battle that Zariel used to push back the invading demonic forces. Lulu does not believe the story to be true, and anytime Mad Maggie says something bad about Zariel, it seems to bother Lulu. But Maggie gave us a planar compass. I'm not sure who's holding the planar compass, but one of us has that. And I think she also made arrangements that when we're ready to leave, we can go with Chugga Chugga and Clunk in their machine when we're ready to go, and they can help us get to what we need. I don't think I wrote this down well, so forgive me if I remember this wrong, but I think the arrangement is that if we bring the 4 items back, that Mad Maggie will keep us supplied and will let us use the dream machine. I don't know if we wrote down if we're going to get any other kind of compensation for this, but definitely Lulu will get to use the dream machine if we bring these 4 items back to her. Let's see. Pavel wanted to go look at the Black Ichor. The nice red cap who was stuck in it told us that it makes your tummy bubbly and turns you into a melty person. They call it soda pop. Pavel tries to eat it. There was a whole thing. Of course, Pavel tries to eat the Black Ichor. Vin punched him twice. We did test a little bit of what happens if you pour holy water on it, and it does seem to cancel out the effect. But during it, while Pavel's collecting the soda pop, he touches it, and his neck reacts. It bubbles up, but then it went back to normal. Felt very weird, like there was something beneath his skin. So we've learned our lesson. We don't eat the soda pop. I say with a lot of confidence. But we went to see Auntie Ursula, who is the bartender and also the guardian of the fountain on the between the thumb and the forefinger here on the map. And it is one of the only sources of clean, potable, fresh water, an infinite source of water in all of hell, which actually makes it kind of an interesting thing. We met Barnabas the Skull. And he asked us to get back a tooth. Grubba the Redcap took this tooth, and they've been very mean to Barnabas. They throw stuff at him and things like that. Barnabas was once a powerful wizard. He said his crypt was defiled, and he had turned into a flame skull. And And at one point, Maggie struck a bargain with someone, and now he's here and kind of part of the gang here at Fort Knucklebones. Pavel says that he probably was once a lynch, and even though we asked, Barnabas didn't tell us who his rival wizard is that turned him into a flame skull, which is kind of interesting. But he hints that he knows of a wizard in Avernus that Pavel might be able to go to source some paper. And I don't know why I didn't write it down, but I have in my head that wizard might be Tasha.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
why.
he told us about
when you get back.
Tasha's. Eventually, he told us about Tasha's summer home.
Yeah,
Which
she has a summer home.
obviously it should be a winter home in Avernus. You come here for the winter.
Very strange, yeah.
She's
Also,
not
Barnabas has some very poor opinions on Tiamat. He called her a loser. Tiamat was a loser. He said that she tried to take over the material plane a long time ago and is now banned here, but is growing an army. He says that if she could win the favor of some devils, she might be free of her obligations, and that might be her motivations. Talked to Nebby a little bit. She expressed a desire for a little bit more freedom, and she would love to be a flying skull. She just asked Pavel a little bit about being free and what would happen to her soul. And yeah. The well is the only fresh water in Avernus, so apparently, Auntie Ursula stole it from the Feywild and brought it here. Pavel flirts with Auntie a little bit. Auntie Ursula's definitely looking for a sugar baby. And she tells Pavel that she will teach him how to make healing potions if we do good by Mad Maggie. And I think that just might be a little bit confusing. So Auntie Ursula is a hag, but she is not one of the 3 hags in the coven with Mad Maggie.
Right.
She's a different relationship.
Unaffiliated, but friends.
Unaffiliated. Yes.
Co-workers,
and
I guess.
yeah, and she also makes a comment about how it's nice to have a fellow Fae down here. We take a rest and start planning a short rest. And Pavel wonders if he get to the city of the brass from the plains of fire, but apparently it's not the same plane. Like the plane of fire and the plains of fire are 2 different types of planes. But Barnabas tells him that the plains of fire are an iridescent tarry that sweeps through the soil here. Sorry, in the plains of fire, there is an iridescent tarry thing that seeps through the soil here, and that the alchemical slicks, they catch on fire, and the combination of makes these small ever burning wells, and that or huge infernos across these plains of fire as a part of hell. So it doesn't sound like a very safe place. Sounds like very dangerous. And then we decide to help Barnabas get his tooth back. So, Larry talks to the Red Cap, who apparently was like in mid conversation. Apparently the Red Cap was trying to talk to Larry, and was like, "What about the thing I just said?" And Pavel just says, "I think it's a great idea, and you should pursue it with all your heart." And of course, then we hear another Red Cap scream as it falls off the gate and die. Oh gosh, too much power. But Larry convinces the Red Cap to go after Grubba. Saying that Grubba has a rival ghost, apparently, and also Grubba has a lucky tooth. Okay, there's a whole thing about how apparently this Red Cap that Larry's talking to, we didn't really know his name, and we established his name as being Max, but Larry convinced him to change his name to Charles. So now the Red Cap's name is Charles. Okay.
He's the one
the one with Larry,
red and blue, yeah. 3D icon.
Yep. They have a fight. Eventually, the other guy losing, and we're able to recover the tooth from that. And Pavel feels good about being able to use his deception and his shenanigans as a paladin of Shar. It just it makes him feel good. So But we are able, Pavel specifically is able to get the tooth and returns it to Barnabas and puts it back in his jaw. And
It takes a little fire damage.
little fire damage. His fear of fire has is a thing again. He hesitates just a little bit, but manages. He gets the tooth in there. It is good.
Yep.
And Barnabas asks Ursula to give Pavel a common healing potion for it. Yep. And then we established that Tasha was a powerful wizard and that she has a summer home just south of. Yeah, I'm not going to pronounce that. Near the river Styx, towards the mountains of Dis. So I guess that implies that if we head toward Tasha, we'd also be heading towards the mountains of Dis, where we know Tiamat is. But we ended there. It was a very fun session. We ended there. That was a long recap. I'm sorry.
Well, we had to fill in Spinch, who missed last session.
We did.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But I think we have not rested or anything, but we are back at the bar, probably planning where to go next.
Yeah, you have your components to go fetch. And now you have the demon grinder war machine, which I gave you guys the character sheet for that under. What is it? You should like a war machine section.
War machines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maggie's demon grinder.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Very cool.
And I forgot to look up how many miles per day, but we're definitely going to be able to cover a lot more ground with that.
So, what do y'all think? Should we go towards the crash site of the ship first, or try to find this first item?
Well, I think we need to rest, but yes, we should head out. I feel like it might be easy to get comfortable here, and as soon as we go out, it's gonna be hell out there.
Literally.
Okay. What do we need before we go out? Anything, or are we pretty good?
I think just
I, mean, I
sleep.
don't really
Do we
have
wanna
money
sleep?
for anything here. So
Spinch has like 100 gold. I don't know if will that help us buy anything.
There was some pretty steep prices at
Yeah.
it. I had
Okay.
70 gold, and it was not enough to even get close to any of the
Yeah, the
items.
two shops were Porter's Imports and The Well with Auntie Ursula. Oh no, I'm moving them out.
And did they only accept currency like gold, or was
They
there
also
something like
accept
food?
soul coins, and yeah, they'll buy stuff. So if you want to try and trade some things, they'll definitely buy stuff.
Yeah, just as I personally, Spinch, don't need anything, but if anyone like needed something and didn't have any money, Spinch has some things that maybe we could sell. But that's only if someone needed something.
I want to spend all my money on ink, and I don't have any money, and they don't have ink.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
don't- I don't think-
Well, that's an easy decision.
Yeah.
other than healing potions, yeah, I don't see.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's definitely things, but like they're well out of any of our price ranges unless we start getting a lot of money. So
Okay, cool.
let's get a lot of money first.
You do have free use of the tents here, which are filled with pillows and sleeping materials, and you're allowed to rest here as much as you want.
Y'all want to just take a long rest, or are you ready? Y'all, what kind of
I would
rest do we
like to
need?
long rest because I got beat up by Vin, and I can have like almost all of my hit dice for the first time since we got to hell.
What a dream. Yeah, I'm okay with taking a long rest. I don't really benefit from it, but I know. I mean, we kind of leveled up midway through, so I know we kind of to get the level up, we kind of need to take the long rest anyway.
I thought we did at our last long
Oh,
rest.
did we do it last time? Okay.
Because
Yeah, that's
because we slept as we were walking over here to Fort Knucklebones. I thought we.
And Spinch got sick, so we got delayed by like an
Oh,
hour or
that's right.
two.
But
And
then
then
we
we
were
got to
able
finish.
to
Yeah.
get to finish. Yeah. Let's
All
take a long rest then.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay. Are you doing any watches, or is there anything you'd like to do during your rest?
Do
Definitely
watches,
watches.
right? You're in hell.
Yeah. Watches for sure. Does it matter the order? Does anyone want to go in a particular order?
Spinch can volunteer first. He'll go.
Then we'll take second, I guess.
Oh
take
gosh,
third.
I'll go last, but before we do, I need to dump a bunch of sending spells. Oh fuck! I should have been thinking about this already. Okay. Before I go to sleep, I want to cast sending to Elishat. And I want to ask him, what is the resistance? What are you doing in the City of Brass? I think that's it. I just want to know those two things. I don't need to use everything.
Okay. Is it 20 words?
25.
25. Okay. All right. Got my fingers. All right. So, Azure slaves rise up to get equality. Came here to find your parents. Surprise! Happy birthday.
What? What? Fucking Elishat, this guy. This fucking guy. Oh my god. Okay. I can do 2 more. I have no idea what to do about the City of Brass. I'm not gonna send another one. I'm just freaking out about. Okay, let me think. Does Eleanor need anything? I don't think so. She's worried about the house. I don't think I can do anything about that. I don't think messaging will do anything about that. Is there anyone? I'll start talking to the group. Is there anyone at in Elturel that we want to talk to, or back at Candlekeep or in Baldur's Gate?
You want to ask about any of these items? Maybe. I feel likely they have leads on where we could find these things, but
Well, I mean, I think we know where to find these things. We can ask about like night hags, right?
yeah.
Or we could ask about modrons. I don't know who to ask about night hags. Maybe here's some, but I think we've already done that.
Maybe Silvira, maybe? You know, then no, yeah. Someone at Candlekeep could research for us.
Yeah. I mean, we could also just like let people know that we're still alive.
That would also be nice, yeah.
Okay.
We want to tell them like what direction we're heading, vaguely, or we're going to the Mahadi Emporium if they need to like meet up with us.
Is that where we're going first? Where we're going next is
Not first, no. We're going. I think we're going to crash site, but then
Yes.
I think that's the only place that I know that we could like give a name to that they might actually be able to find.
I don't know how to read like any of these notes.
Uh-oh. Do you want me to
Okay,
clarify anything?
so it's it's just okay. So it's Nirvana Cogbox is the Modron crash site at the shores of the Styx. So we're just going south from Fort Knucklebones. We're going to be along the Styx.
You want to ask about the sticks? Like if it's
We can ask about the Styx, and
dangerous?
we can ask about the history of the cities that have fallen, because there's like a whole like graveyard of cities there that probably, I don't know if it's just death waiting in there or if there's like stuff to recover or things that we can learn about to help El Terrell.
Maybe, yeah.
Because as great as great as it is to follow this this vision from Torm and to help Mad Maggie, like maybe we can like find out what's going on and do something about El Terrell. I don't know.
That's fair. Well, it's good to have a thing to do. Get these items, go find them, bring them back. It feels like a very dedicated, like very clear objective. It is actually a question of like, is this how we want to spend our time, and what is our end goal? Regain Lulu back her memories seems important for sure, but
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think
The
ultimately,
point of
yes. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
was just gonna say the point of getting Lulu back her memories is that she will know where a sword is. And if we get that sword, we'll have some kind of leverage over Zariel.
And we
Allegedly.
could use that for El Terrell.
I mean, and the idea that the sword would give us leverage over Zariel is something that I just made up in this moment.
Well, I think,
okay, but we know, yeah, we know the big devil guy was looking for the sword. He asked that in the vision multiple times. Where is the sword? There's a
Who was
part
the
of the
big
vision.
devil guy?
I think it was Asmodeus, right? Like it was.
I didn't see the vision. I didn't. That was a Spinchin
me and Spinch thing.
Tamilla. Yeah.
Okay. Every fiber of Tamilla's being thinks that the big devil guy was Asmodeus.
Okay.
Do I need to make like a history check or knowledge check to
do
know that?
Nature with or Arcana with advantage because of your devil book that you read before.
Advantage.
But probably no roll for Spinch because I don't think he's been exposed.
It was
See,
just a handsome
nature.
devil.
They're all the same. Religion, nation, history.
Oh, look at that! That's funny.
Vintage
Hell
helped.
yeah, it was Asmodeus with his ruby rod. You recognize that is the signature of him and his position of power.
I mean, I don't know about power over Zariel, but definitely a bargaining chip of something a very important devil wants. very important
You
god
know
once.
he
I mean, we're
is
talking
the-
about a god
the
at this
god
point,
of
not a
devils,
devil.
Yeah, he is god level.
Just
I think
ask the question of why would the gods want us to recover something that he wants, unless it had another use, right?
right. I personally, one of the things I was going to say before is it, as much as it seems like, yes, this is the main thing, we're focusing on getting Lulu's memory back. It is also convenient that a lot of our own personal side goals are kind of in the relative area, or like are possible places where we might need to go to get some of these items. I don't know where Vin has to go for his next stick thing. Um, we know that your guy is somewhere down here, or probably a level below. We know the City of Brass is somewhere down here, or a level below.
City of Brass is in the Plane of Fire. I have
Oh,
no
that's
idea
right.
how I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
And then Tiamat is north,
North, yeah.
toward Dis. So
Yes.
we're actually. I don't know if if this takes us there. I do want to find Tasha's house. Obviously. That's important.
I really wish I had a better, like, just general map of like where we know things are. I'm gonna like draw on the map kind of near where we are. So
I can have you.
just
That's actually a really good idea.
If-
I'm just gonna go into Paint and make my own map.
Yeah.
Nice. I want to be able to share it with us all though. Okay, actually,
where you are? Hang on. They do.
so we
Is
know
everyone else
El
black
Terrell
map?
is
Yeah, sorry, I'm fixing
black
it.
map. I have.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
just
talk.
wanted
I'm
to
gonna
make sure
talk.
it wasn't
Just
just
talk
me.
out loud. Talk out loud just a little bit. So we know that there is the River Styx goes through Hell, and that Helterel is on the River Styx, and that here we are at this mountain is not too far.
The car is.
Are you doing this in Microsoft Paint, Jimothy? You're gonna share with us afterwards.
A little bit. I mean, I'm just drawing my own thing. We went
Well, I'm
east.
gonna draw what I'm putting in
El
onto the
Terrell
ground. So yeah. So
to-
we definitely have some kind of river. We have El Terrell.
Here's a question, and maybe this is not one someone knows. Does the River Styx have like bridges and stuff to cross it, or is it like fairly continuous and like we're going to need to try to, if we want to, like, let's say go take our machine across the River Styx, are we going to have to try to load it up onto like a boat and hope that it stays afloat across the river?
We could probably ask Bonk and Chugga Chugga to help with this.
Yeah. Just if they
Okay, so-
know anything about it.
Also, someone has a boat, right? Like a foldable boat.
Vin does. Vin has a foldable boat.
Okay.
I don't think
But
that would hold
I don't know if it can
grinder.
carry.
Yeah.
Right, the
Yeah,
heavyweight.
that's the problem, right? I know it can hold
Right.
us. It could definitely get all of us across. But if we need to get to, I don't actually even know. You said, I mean, Contradis, we can just go at least a little bit down, and will be okay. But if we need to go, I forget what east is. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If we need to go west,
Yeah.
at some point, we're probably going to have to cross the river, and that might be its own issue.
Okay, but we also so adding to Jimothy's map and also kind of adding to mine. There's Dis with the mountains somewhere towards the north, and we know that Tasha's is near that. She is her home is just south of a place that is going to be near the River Styx towards the mountains of Dis.
And the crash that they talked about, and she gave the location to, that is Contradis?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is the crash.
We have some reason to believe that it's the closest thing, though.
Yes,
I think
I
it was
remember
nearby.
saying that.
All right, can we? I want to go like talk to like Anchor Chugga Chugga and just get like a general vibe for where the Emporium is and where the Plains of Fire are on this map.
Alright.
I go grab them and pull them back to our. Hey, can we buy you a drink at Auntie's?
Break time. Let's go. And you see
And
Chugga
I
and
am-
Conk put down their repair gear and get ready to enjoy a drink with you guys. So
I'm gonna ask them if they like. I'm assuming they want water.
yes.
Does it say how much like a single glass of water is? Like not a full water skin, just like a normal water.
What's a full water skin again? Well, yeah, so a glass of water would be 5 silver.
Okay. I will pay a gold in order to buy both of them a glass of water, assuming that's what they want. Would you like water?
Water, yes. Work hard.
And I don't know, probably could have like just given us our waters, but I feel like it'd be rude to Auntie not to.
She appreciates the business for
Anyways.
sure.
I'm gonna ask them like, hey, can you help us fill in this map?
Okay. What you want find?
So where's the Emporium?
Moving. Always moving caravan.
Okay. Where does it travel to and from?
Mahadi's whim. Mahadi is leader.
Okay.
You see big
Ha-
dust clouds
there-
from caravan. That's them.
Yeah. Okay. How is it possible to cross the river?
Yes, bridge.
How hard is it to cross the river? Bridge where?
Between your hand and the crash, little point.
Bridge there. Yeah. Anyone else have questions? Other people can feel free to talk to them. To our new friends.
Sorry to derail, but I am ready to cast Sending again.
Yeah, who to?
This time to Azaz,
Oh, okay.
I think. And I'm just going to sit down and I am going to remember this person from my childhood, which is how I'm familiar with him, and that I have a very clear memory that I've reclaimed of. That Elishet said he is with. Azaz, why were you at my home on the day that it was burned? Why did my parents open the portal?
Is this young Pavel? Oh, you've grown
Knows
up.
it's me, that jerk.
You can cast spells now. How wonderful. I'm in jail right now. I don't know where your parents are. I asked them so I could return home and fight with my fellow Ezer.
Okay. That is... Okay, yeah, that... Alright. More questions. More questions and answers. Okay, go on, make the plan.
It's hard to keep up with the notes on what is being said when I don't know what's going on. I wanted to fight That's all I caught. Okay.
With my fellow
Okay.
Azure, yeah.
With my fellow, but not his son. That's a weird way to say your son.
I don't think he mentioned the sun, and the sun is the person that we met at
Yes.
the meteor impact site, who is not in hell. I'm sorry, who is not in the city of Brass.
He said my fellow Azure. Do I know what an Azure is? It's a type of creature they are,
Arcana
right?
check, yeah.
All right, well, you just give us a handout that says Aelin is an Azure. So
That's
I know
the-
the answers in
That's the son you met at the Hammer of Heaven? Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting.
Hammer of Heaven, yeah.
Yeah. Vin knows.
Yes,
Vin knows.
yes. Vin knows.
Okay. Okay, so it's just what they are, right? It's just what they
Mhm.
are.
Yes, they are.
Cool.
They are from the
Okay, so-
plane of fire. They're like fire dwarves, essentially.
That's really interesting, but Tamila doesn't know any of that, so that's okay. Okay, so the last thing on the list to potentially ask where it is was the Tinkerer that has the the Astral Pistons. Ulek the Tinkerer, whose shop was based out of a Titanic helmet at the western end of the plains. Yeah, where are the plains of fire in this? In the Tinkerer's workshop?
Planes of fire are right across after the bridge, and they haven't been beyond that point.
And then western side. So it would be the helmets over here. Okay. Okay. So sorry, I have a terrible drawing. But I think it looks pretty it seems pretty clear though that like we should go south to the crash, we should cross the bridge, and then we should head towards the Tinkerer. And if at any point we see the cloud of dust for the Emporium, we would stop at that point. And then once we get all those items, we might think about heading up towards the north.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a good plan.
What do you think, Pavel? You good?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about something else. What?
What you thinking about, Pavel?
Yes, we can go. We can go. What am I thinking about? It's not important. I'm thinking about Spirit of Knowledge and how I am going to ask him for more because he cannot guarantee your safety.
Okay, what more do you want?
I want more. I want him to give me the spellbook, and I want him to give me ink. Right now, it's just the spellbook. Now I want ink, and I'm trying to figure out like how much ink should I ask for? If I say like 2,000 gold worth of ink, is that going to be like ridiculous? Or will he actually, take that and give a counter offer that is we can get to something reasonable? I don't know. What's the play here?
How long would that even last you? Like 2,000 gold worth of ink?
A few days.
Okay, yeah, I would maybe ask for more then.
I mean, it'll probably get me all I need and have some left over. Probably.
Well, it seems like it might be a little while because the plan is, crash site, bridge, fire. It's a fire. Yeah, that's. I mean, he's all the way up here. He's past Tasha's summer home, right? He's a little ways away.
That is true. Okay.
So maybe when we go to the crash site,
your advice
another
to me,
person.
Tamila, was to get everything that I can, right?
That is true. I'm definitely saying yes. Squeeze in for what you want, but I don't feel like we should wait till then to get you your paper.
Okay.
We should see if we can't, collect up some things that we could then maybe resell and to buy up some stuff that way, maybe. Especially when we find this Emporium, they have to have paper there, right?
Maybe.
I can make you paper if we are able to hunt something with skin. don't know if it's a paper you want as a player, but Spinch is thinking, hey, I can make you paper.
Paper's paper, right? Yeah. Interesting thought.
2,000 gold really would solve a lot of problems for me. Worth of ink and
How
paper.
much new magic does that give you?
A lot. A lot.
Okay.
His eyes grow distant as he thinks about all the magic.
All things.
He starts salivating.
Yep.
Anything else you'll want to ask Clonk and Chugga Chugga?
They're coming with us, aren't they?
Who's driving? Did we figure that out yet?
Driving
Demon
what?
wanted. And what?
Driving the machine.
The demon grinder.
Oh.
We can drive.
I don't really trust myself behind that. I just didn't know if we needed to like find a person to drive it or if like you guys were gonna drive it. I just wasn't sure.
Are you all like excited to like come with us on this journey to get Maggie the things she needs?
Yes, we must test Demon Grinder.
Test
What do you
demon
mean
grinder?
test? What do you mean test?
We built from scrap parts. Very good.
And is it proven operational prior to today?
Move 10 feet.
Oh my god, y'all.
That's
I'm sure it's
wonderful.
Right?
That is 10 feet. We do not have to move.
It will be okay. We're very smart.
Yes, you seem very smart.
I think I left out the part in the recap where I think Mad Maggie said if these two die on our watch, she's gonna be like pissed at us.
Oh, yeah.
She also was gonna get angry if we blew up the machine. So
Yeah.
you know,
There was also that, yeah.
a further reason why Vin shouldn't be driving.
Yeah.
I
But
have
Vin has good dexterity. You would need dexterity to drive it, right?
I don't actually know.
Yeah,
like
there should be a
mechanically.
helm action. Let me see. Yeah, so helm, someone has to drive and steer it. And then there's also like weapons that can be operated. And there's, you could also take the watch action where you're just watching out for anything in the distance, stuff like that.
Well, watch should
Navigator,
be
yeah.
perception to Milla.
Mm-hmm.
If steering is
I'm
dexterity.
survival. I'm not perception.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Survival.
I have
Vin's
the perception, so maybe Vin
Oh.
is driving this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
'cause
almost-
it is dexterity then.
Well, if it's not a roll, if it's just like someone just needs to consume their action to do it and there's no actual rolls, we might let them do the operations and then we can like might be better suited to like defend and
Should
don't
be,
know.
I think. Yeah.
I know it's cheap, but I'm trying to remember back to when we had the one shot. I'm trying to remember if there was
I
any
gonna
rolls
say,
that came up during.
Remember,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember enough, and it's like, oh well, I don't know. I don't know if Vin would be like, yes, of course, this is dexterity based. I have this down.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any like
Yeah, if you
vehicle
have regular
proficiencies
vehicle
or anything like that?
Yeah, that would count.
I have
Oh,
land vehicles,
Spinch has land vehicles.
Yeah, so
So
Vin,
get land
Vin
vehicles.
maybe might be the one who needs to
Mhm.
drive then.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even realize that. That's a great call.
Mm-hmm.
I think Spinch and Tamila might have the same background.
Oh, yeah.
Land van vehicles and cook utensils.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, are you full hero?
Yes.
Nice.
What happened?
Yeah, so either one of us can drive. I feel like Tamila is better not driving, though, because Tamila has arrows that she can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Spinch might be the one driving.
Yeah, I feel like definitely like like one of the. I mean, unless the Kenku doesn't want to, I feel like one's at the helm and the other's in the wrecking ball. If something happens, and then. And yeah, honestly, I can do way more damage with a bow and arrow than I can with the harpoon or with the chomper or with anything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. Yeah. You all want to sleep and Pavel, you still need more magic you need to do today?
I still have more magic that I can do today. We didn't decide that we want to. If we were to tell people that we were still alive, who would we want to tell?
I mean, no one up at Helterel has any plans of descending into hell, right? Know of?
Not that we know of.
Mm-mm.
I mean, maybe. What was his name? Gideon? But probably not.
We don't exactly have allies at this in this place to communicate with.
We are
Yeah.
our own allies,
We are. That's a good way to think about it. I mean, if you want to let,
so we cannot leave each other. And he looks at Pavel.
you just want to let Raven Guard know. I feel like the word would disseminate to anyone I care about in Altero.
Can you tell? Shit. My friend that I definitely
Hilda?
remember.
Hilde?
Or Hilda.
No.
Not Malok?
I guess both of them.
Oh, the knight?
No, Hilda and my friend, my orc friend, my half-orc friend.
Yeah.
That I haven't.
Maluth.
Yes, Maluth.
Yeah.
Vampire friend, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell Hilda and Maluth?
I can. Do you want to tell Grace though? And I'm running out. I can only do 2 more.
Well, is there any possibility to get to the tower from other places? I mean, I know the tower is kind of there and not there. Like, do we have like access to it like otherwise?
What do you mean?
Can Grace? I mean, does it travel?
I don't think it
different
travels. I think it was being just shifted, and it was a giant ritual that Bernome lost his life trying to complete, was to shift it into the astral state. So I don't think it travels on its own right now. Maybe that's a room we can construct as like I don't know, like a rocket ship on the bottom of the tower that just takes off and flies.
You should definitely send to Grace, get her started on that.
Okay.
Can you imagine little flying tower that flies around hell and like supports
Just dispenses potions of healing.
infinite holy water in that tower? Not infinite, but holy water in that tower.
Yep. Okay. So I should tell Hilde and not Maluth, because Hilde is with everyone else and she can tell everyone there, and then I can tell Grace. Is that okay? Is that okay, Spinch?
Yes, it is okay. You can see he's a little sad, but he's alright with it. I guess I will just try and tell Maluth myself.
Okay. Okay, so I'll send to Hilde first, and just say, hello, we survived the trip down. We're still alive. We haven't died yet. Spinch says hi.
Hello, Pavel. Thank you for sending a message. Tell Spinch I say hi, and I will tell the others that you're okay. I hope you have lots of food.
Okay, I'll let Spinch know that she says hi. And then I will send to Grace, and I'll do basically the same message. I'll say hi. We made it down. We're still alive. Hope you're okay in the tower with our friend. Also, can you make the tower have a room that makes it fly so that it can come down and help us? That would be great.
I'm looking at it to see if that's a possibility.
It's probably not.
Yeah.
It's fine if it's not, or if it takes because that could be really game changing.
Yeah. She'll respond, "Glad you're okay. Automatic potions are coming along nicely. The tower rooms must be attached to the tower in order to function."
The inside.
Okay.
I don't know. What'd she say, Pavel?
The potions are coming along. I think the flying tower is a bit of a stretch at this point. Okay.
Maybe you just need to learn how to transport us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have her build a landing pad for
Bernome's...
your transportation magic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful. Bernome was supposedly a master of conjuration, so if we get his spell book and we get a bunch of ink, and I get a little bit better at all this, that's a possibility.
In the meantime, Spinch is trying to send to Maluth. He observes Pavel and tries to mimic it and is asking Ilmater if he can help, because he's not sure if he's doing it right.
You feel... go ahead and give me a religion with advantage.
With advantage. Okay.
You feel like your message isn't getting through to Malus, but you feel that Ilmater sees you're on the right path.
Nice.
So you feel a little reassured that you are going a good direction.
Awesome. Yeah, and after the original long rest, not this long rest that we're coming into, but after the original long rest, he felt like that rest kind of reset him in his emotional/mental state. And I think his tie with Ilmater grew stronger. And also, just FYI for you guys, he woke up from that long rest and mentioned that he had another really awesome dream from Ilmater that told him lots of things that he can do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
But he seems more normal. Spinch seems more normal now.
I'm happy, Switch.
I think I could have actually sent to Maluth as well.
You do it again?
Darn it. I know I'm out, but I could have... maybe next time.
How
There's a little
can
bit
you just
more.
randomly have an extra person you can send to, and then all of a sudden realize, oh, nope, never mind.
It's not random. I already did it, but I think that I could have charged up the magic. There's a little bit of extra material laying around here that I could have put into it. Alas, maybe next time.
Tomorrow. Well, time to sleep so we can recharge.
All right, Spinch starts it off. He'll stay up.
All Okay, so everyone else is going to rest in the tents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Spinch, what would you like to do on your watch?
Spinch will. Man. I think he'll just look to see if there's any forageable material that might be useful in cooking. Just anything new. He'll just look for it.
Yeah, give me a perception or investigation, depending on how you want to look.
Sure, I will do perception.
Nice. You do see, let's go back to Knucklebone. It is mostly just dirt and rock here. You do see Porter does seem to constantly be eating stuff. But the stuff that he eats is inedible objects. So he has pica. And you've learned this. um and so you realize that would not taste good. Like he just eats like a rock. Like he's just not okay. um
Dang.
so you think, oh, that's not good. You see the mad cats eating the demon ichor, and they try to convince you to eat it, but you remember the group said don't touch it, and it did something weird to Pavel. So you think, no, that's not
But the
edible.
group foraged some, right? Like they took some?
Yeah,
Okay.
you got one vial, right, Pavel? I think you put it in your sheet.
Correct. Yes, Pavel has a vial of demon ichor,
And you
which
realize
is a solution to a problem that he doesn't know what the problem is yet.
Yeah.
Mm.
You realize
Yeah, does
all the
anyone
food
have-
and drink is hoarded by Auntie Ursula here behind the bar.
Okay. Does someone have another empty vial for another vial of ichor?
I will
I
check.
don't.
I think all of our vials are full of holy water because
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
I'd have to empty a vial of holy water to give you a vial.
No, I'll keep the holy water. Okay. All the food is hoarded.
Y'all do know to keep track. Every time you use a potion of healing or anything else, you keep the vial.
Right.
I'll do it.
Okay. Seeing nothing. Does there appear to be a particular thing that's hoarded that seems to be more valuable than other items?
Definitely the water and the mushrooms. But there is also back here, there's some like herbs that she uses in her favorite stew that she makes, that she seems to keep very well maintained.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he'll note that. But that's it.
Okay. All right. Other than that, your watch is uneventful. Who would you like to wake up?
All right. I will wake up Vin, who I believe is next, and I'll just kind of gently tap his shoulder and say, "Good morning, night, Vin. It is your
Morning, night.
turn.
Okay,
Nothing happened, and I did not see anything weird.
that's good. All right. Have a good night. Get some
Thank
sleep.
you."
And I'll
He's out.
roll out of bed. And get up.
Okay. All right. Anything you'd like to do?
I think Vin's gonna start working on a project.
Okay.
'Cause Vin has some wood and stuff. If he can, I think Vin is gonna start making basically like a little wooden stamp. That would mimic or be pretty close to his wood carving from the tree that I can't think of the name of off the top of my head. But I think everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Which tree? The one from the park? Yeah.
The prediction tree.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And I want to start just making like a little stamp for it that at some point, even if I get non-magical ink or Pavel finds non-magical ink is disappointed, I can start making something with that would be very valuable to Mad Maggie, I bet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll spend my watch kind of working on that.
Yeah, give me a check with your tools with the dexterity.
Yeah. Dexterity. 21.
Nice. Nice. You're about 50% done. This isn't a overly complex thing, but there are minor details that you got like the overall big picture and you need to carve out the minor details.
Okay. Yeah.
And then are you looking out?
Yeah, I'll be looking out at the same
Okay.
time.
Perception.
Do you want me to make it at disadvantage because I'm kind of like splitting my focus a little bit?
Yeah, let's do that. Thanks.
Oh, yep.
Ooh.
Vin pays very little
Alright.
attention.
You're paying such little attention, that you notice that Charles has entered your tent and is just kind of like staring at Pavel.
Okay. And to be fair, Vin would do very little to do anything to stop him. He'd probably just wave and then continue carving.
Yeah. I'm guessing Pavel's over here, unless you picked your own tent, Pavel.
Yeah, I'll be with the group.
Right. Yeah, so Charles is just like over Pavel right now. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Shadow that he gave the potion to, right?
The tooth.
The
tooth?
Yes.
Larry instructed Charles to give the tooth to Shadow.
Okay, so he's just staring at Shadow, and you see him kind of like he's toying with his sickle a little bit and considering what to do.
I mean, Vin's not going to do anything about it with that 10. Vin just keeps carving. And if the end of his watch comes, he'll wake up Tamila for her watch.
Camilla, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll,
you get
I'll
to
just
You wait-
gently
you
poke
wait-
over to Tamila and be like, "Hey, Tamila. All right, it's your turn for the watch. Nothing much is going on."
Thanks, Finn.
Curl up
And
into a
I
little
see
ball.
a red cap staring at my cat.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at Vin and be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
What do you mean? That's Charles.
Charles, why are you staring at my cat?
Cat knows
And I
Larry.
position myself between the two.
Is Cat enemy? Larry was enemy.
Larry is friendly now. He's a ghost, and he's your
You
lucky
know
ghost,
Larry?
right? Yeah, we're friends with Larry. That's why you let us in the gate, remember?
He's dead now.
Keeping Pavel awake, too. I feel like he'd be helpful in this.
Pavel is resisting to be woken up. It's not his time yet. He knows it, and he is just trying to stay asleep.
I just watch the cat. Make sure it doesn't do any funny business.
Well, the cat's a friend, Charles. And also, like, insight this thing. Is he gonna attack my cat?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, insight. You're not sure. He just seems to be very intently watching. He does have his sickle out, like readied, but he has not attacked yet.
I'm gonna like glare at Pavel. I'm gonna look at Charles. I'm gonna say, "Well, just so you know you gave the tooth to the cat, but the cat doesn't have it anymore. The cat gave it to this one." I'm gonna point to Pavel.
Oh, cat work for man boy?
Yep.
He starts staring at Pavel.
That's all she wanted. Okay. He's gonna let that go. She is going to like keep watch though, and
Okay.
take her watch until it's Pavel's turn.
All
Way to
right.
pass the buck.
Mhm.
Seems appropriate. Okay, what does Tamila want to do? Tamila also wants to probably start a project or finish up a project.
Mhm.
Can she make fire arrows now that she has Tinker's tools?
Yes. Yes. You just require some sort of oil, which is usually fairly cheap. And we could say Porter has some. So.
Okay.
Let me pull up.
Yeah. I
Like
guess I'm
lantern
gonna tell
oil.
Shadow to like keep watch on the mad cap, and if he, tries to murder Pavel, to go ahead and attack. But I'll go over to Porter's and buy some oil if that's okay.
Yes. So.
How much?
See. 1 silver for 1 pint, which should serve 50 arrows.
Oh, nice. Only 1 silver, you said?
Yep. So very cheap.
Okay.
Just a material that you have to think about, but not very often.
All right. I'm going to write down 50 oil.
Yep.
For fire arrows. Okay. I'm going to head back. Is Charles still there?
Yeah, Charles has started rifling through Pavel's things.
Okay, Charles, we're gonna maybe not rifle through his things.
Maybe he knows about Larry. Maybe he knows Larry's past life. Larry's my new best friend.
Possibly. There
He
he
likes
is.
me better than you, because he haunts me.
I have no doubt about that. um,
Why does Pavel have all this weird stuff? Or Manboy, sorry, he doesn't know the name.
Because he likes them. Just likes to collect things.
Can I keep this staff?
Nope.
But it has a skull.
That's Nebula, and she will be very angry if you try to keep her.
Can
Hey,
I
do you want to talk to
keep
her?
this book? And he picks up the
Nope.
spell book.
No. Oh, no, grabbing that one back. No, grabbing that one back. I'm like everything I grab it, I'm like throw at Pavel to see if he'll wake up or not.
He's gonna try and dodge out of your grab. So give me athletics versus his acrobatics.
Oh crap. Okay. I can roll acrobatics or athletics.
It has to be athletics for a grapple. Yeah. You do manage to. He's very slow in his dodge. You can tell he's trying to like wiggle away the spell book out of your hands, but he gives up after a few seconds.
Here I'm gonna say, hey, can I give him like a? I don't want to run off with anything important. I'm gonna say, here, talk to Nebula and put the staff back in his hands. No leaving the tent with her. Just chat. And see if that occupies him.
Yeah, he starts talking to Nebula, and it seems like this is just like a lonely dude. He's just like telling her about his day and how he killed 2 different red caps today, and how he's now well respected in the red cap community, and how but all this respect means he has no friends because they all fear him.
Oh, poor guy.
You hear him
Tamilla's
talking.
definitely.
Yeah.
Tamila definitely takes the spell book and just kind of like slaps it on Pavel's ass to see if he does anything.
What? What?
You need to deal with this shit.
What shit?
Give
it my
him the spell
time?
book.
Thank you. Why are you hitting me with my spellbook?
Right at Charles and Nebula.
Is this okay? Oh. Oh, yes, of course. Hi. Pavel like changes his voice.
Manboy, you tell Charles about Larry. He's referring to you, Pavel.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Larry, yes, I'm a bit groggy. I would like to go to sleep. Maybe in a few hours I can tell you about Larry. I need to sleep now.
I keep Steph. She's friendly.
No?
Nope.
No. I mean, you can talk to Nebula if you leave her in the tent, but you can't take it away.
Okay. And he just keeps talking to her.
I feel like we're gonna like adopt a murderous redcap. Okay. I sit down and start making my fire arrow. Just keep an eye on see make sure he doesn't have sticky fingers.
Mm-hmm. All
Does
right.
Pavel go back to sleep?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Your arrows. Yeah. What were we doing again? We were doing a roll.
He was
right?
like a D20, but I don't know if you want me to like do less. It wasn't a D20. It was like how many I could. I assume D20 was for like normal arrows. I assume I roll something less for fire arrows, but
Yeah,
or just one per hour, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's do a D6.
A D6.
Nice.
3 fire arrows. That is perfect.
There you go.
And that is my quiver full of fire arrows. Can I also roll to keep watch?
Yes, perception.
Perception. I'm really at disadvantage. I'm a 3.
Mm-hmm. You're a little distracted between Charles chatting away and you working on your arrows, which...
Okay. I am going to it's fine. This is fine. We're probably gonna kill this thing before the end, so I'll give Pav like an extra 5 minutes to try to compensate for interrupting his sleep, and then I'll wake him up.
Okay. Okay.
You gonna be okay, Pavel?
I think so. I just need to do my watch like everyone else did.
I'm gonna like try to like kind of barricade the exit of the tent a little bit. So hopefully if the red cap like tries to run away, he'll like have to step over me or Spencer or Shadow.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm just gonna let him keep talking to Nebula for as long as he'll do that.
As soon as you're awake.
Okay.
Man, boy, awake now. Made promise.
I did. Larry, what do I know about Larry? I haven't known Larry very long, but he doesn't talk to me very much. We sort of encountered Larry on our way here, outside the gates, and he's a very friendly ghost. I think he had a lot of anger when he was alive, and now that he is not alive anymore, he's just sort of left all of that behind, and he wants to be friends with people and say hi and talk to people. But I think he has told me that Charles is his favorite, and so I don't think I'm going to hear much from him anymore because I think he has a favorite.
You know much about ghosts?
I know a fair few things about ghosts.
Why doesn't he talk to me all the time?
I mean, there could be a lot of reasons for that.
Do I need to kill more? He liked my first kill.
It might help to kill more, or I don't know. Maybe he would like other things too. Have you tried? I understand that you've been killing and you've been garnering a lot of respect for killing. Have you tried creating before?
Okay, what?
Well,
Like
you could.
piss?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could invent a game, or you could, um, come up with a new battle tactic for the Red Caps and to be more organized and powerful. Maybe Larry would like those things.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh boy, it's a 2. Okay, here we go. Oh.
Wow. Yes, Charles has been too lazy. Charles has been following. I need to create. Yes. Good idea, man boy. And he tries to walk out with the staff.
Leave that.
But she's my friend.
Allow Manboy to talk to Nebula, please.
He still holds
And I-
onto the staff, but like leans it towards
Okay.
him.
I take a hand and put it on the staff, so I am also holding the staff, and he cannot take it away. But then I put a hand on Nebula. Hi, Nebula. How are you? How do you like Charles?
He's talkative, but it's all nonsense. He won't even tell me what he thinks about Tiamat.
Okay. I sense that you are tired and you would like some rest.
Yes.
Would you-
gotten used to the quiet.
Okay. So you would prefer to stay with us than to go with Charles?
Yes. I still would like to discuss my soul.
Okay. And so I will continue to talk to Nebula, but as she says soul, and I'm going to I'm gonna sort of try to sneakily point at Charles. And oh my gosh, I need to come up with something, don't I? I am going to I am going to cast message to Charles, and I'm going to say, Charles, I come back and find you cheating on me with this skull. What? What are you doing? This is ridiculous. I'm gone for just a few hours for a jaunt, and you're.
Charles is very popular now, Larry. I'm going to create things. You'll see.
I would like to see you try. I'm going out.
Aw.
I'm going out again, and if I see you talking to this skull, when I get back, I'm going to be so angry.
Give me a persuasion with advantage. Preload DC.
All right. Persuasion advantage. Buttons. But that's performance. I mean, it's the same roll. It's an 8. Press the wrong thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. He is very reluctant to give up Nebula. You see him thinking really hard about it, but decides, looking at the group and his odds, he decides to let it go and says, "Thank you for conversation, Manboy and Lady Nebula."
Oh, you're welcome. Are you going?
Yes, I must create.
Good. Okay. Have a good creation.
You see him leave, and he's like kind of proud of himself, like he's discovered something new, like a new purpose. He leaves and goes back to his post on top of the tower.
Okay, and now that Charles is dealt with, I am going to take out a book. I'm going to take out the journal with a rose on the cover that we recovered from the tower, and I'm just gonna see what this is about.
Alright, you see, it was written by an apprentice that studied alchemy under the wizard. And you see that it's a lot of their studies and their notes and things, but also some discussion of a blue horned man that is kind of been helpful, but also kind of tricky. Um, and so it's just kind of like a daily journal. Go ahead and give me a Arcana check.
Making sure that I'm set to not advantage anymore. There we go. 18.
You find a potion recipe. Just getting it here.
Oh, snap.
For a potion of what's it called? Bobbled breath. And it requires a wisp of an air elemental.
Sorry, was that bobbled breath?
Oh, bottled. B-O-T-T.
Okay.
And it gives you the effect of the gust of wind spell when you exhale your breath.
Huh.
Or you just don't need to breathe for an hour. So it can give you like underwater breathing or I don't know, space breathing, I guess.
Well, that's interesting. I wonder where we'll find it in air elemental whisk. And the blue horned person, does that sound like Spirit of Knowledge?
Yeah, the pictures, now that you've seen the Spirit of Knowledge, you put two and two together that yes, they are.
Yeah.
Other than that, your rest is uneventful.
Okay. I guess one last thing I can do is can I just think really hard about where I might be able to find an air elemental wisp somewhere in the Avernus?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a Arcana check. Yeah. You think a wizard could probably conjure an elemental, or a druid could become an elemental. So there's magical means for an air elemental to be brought, and then you could capture just a little portion of that air elemental in the vial, and you can use that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all I need to do for my rest. Thank you.
Would we all like to take a break in real life?
Yeah, I am. I probably just need to let you know. I'm in a tornado warning right now, and the sirens just went off. So I'm
Ooh.
Need to go check like the weather and see whether or not I need to shelter or not. I think
Okay.
it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
But if I
Yeah,
don't come back,
definitely-
don't wait
yeah.
on me or anything. Yeah. But,
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
be
do
safe.
a
Thank
10
y'all.
minute
Yeah.
break.
Yep.
Stay safe.
No worries if you
Yeah.
can't make it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ash, did you say 10?
Yep, 10. So 41.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Back into it. All right. So yeah, it's a new day. Well, it's not really a new day, but it's a new 24 hours because you don't have day and night in Avernus.
I'm gonna ask Pavel. So how was your chat with Charles?
Oh, it was fantastic. I got him to leave. Well, Larry got him to leave.
That's good. Did he pickpocket anything?
I didn't see him
Important.
pickpocket anything. He wanted to take Nebula, but Nebula didn't want to go. So I think I distracted him well enough that if you didn't notice him steal anything, I don't think he stole it, unless it was already in his pocket.
Well, I noticed him, like, just rummaging. I don't know.
Oh, should we all check our things to see if anything's missing? We probably should. It's a good idea. I'm gonna
Yeah,
start.
probably.
Mhm.
Can I start
Inventory
going through my
time.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all go through your stuff. Pavel, you remember that one like drawing of a brain you did early on in the campaign that's missing?
Yeah. God damn it. It's okay. Wait, that means that I don't have Charm Person anymore. He took Charm Person away from my spells.
You didn't put it.
He stole my
Aw.
Charm Person.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yep.
I'm gonna delete it from my spellbook. God damn.
You can re-get it, right?
Mhm.
I no, I don't, well, I mean, probably I
No.
can. It might be in one of the other ones. Oh
have
my
to
gosh,
look.
that is yep, that's gone. I haven't used it in a long time, and there's not a lot of people down here that it would work on.
You also know where he is.
I'm just gonna want to real quick check my cat and check me too.
Yeah, your things are fine.
That was Nebula's brain.
Oh.
Is that like? I don't know. Maybe that's getting weird, but I never mind. Okay, I need to.
Was it just Pavel's stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone else's stuff is fine. I got the reactive images working again. And now it shows when you're
Nice.
muted. It's cool. It's fancier.
You can tell when we're muted.
Mm-hmm. It has a little like muted mic next to it now.
Cool.
I'm just playing with it.
I'm seeing it.
I am pretty sure that I do not have it. So Charles has my charm person spell, and I don't have another copy of it, so I'm not going to be able to get it back with ink unless I get it, which is okay. I don't know that I need it that badly.
I mean, we could always go and get it from him. I feel like the other red caps don't like him very much right now, and
I think the red caps like him a lot. I think before we go, like, Larry needs to say goodbye because Larry is going to leave.
Harry could get it back for you, Pavel.
Larry can probably get it back. How do I frame this up? How do I frame this up? So this murderous little.
You can say
Angry
that
face.
Larry sees all.
Yeah, Larry sees all. It's Nebula's brain, right? And he's jealous of her. Is that what I overheard while I was trying to say?
That is correct. It's basically pornography of.
Yup.
Oh my gosh.
I love this side quest so much. The one that you guys created.
Okay. So I mean I wanted to sort of, let him like sort of, make amends because I made Larry angry at him, but now Larry's going to be even more angry. But maybe he'll be able to find it in his ghostly heart, in his ectoplasm.
Yeah.
He'll find it within his ectoplasm to forgive Charles for cheating, but Charles has to give up the brain, the pornography. Okay. I think that is the plan. Where is Charles? I have to point at him.
He is down by the gate. He's
Okay.
on top of the gate, keeping watch.
Okay. I am going to point at Charles, and I am going to say, Charles, I think I need to go away soon. I've only just begun my unlife, and I feel like I need to do some growing as a ghost, as a person, and see new things and new people. What is that? What?
I don't know.
What is that in your pocket?
What's wrong, Larry? Don't go.
No, what is that? What do you have? Is that
It's a pretty picture.
the skull's brain? Larry, I was trying to reconcile, and I see that you have this pornography. I don't know what to... Larry, you have to give that up.
I could create porn club.
Not of...
Told him to create.
Larry,
You
I
don't
need
like
to
porn
go.
club. No, don't go. I'll get rid of it. You stay.
Larry, I need you to get rid of it, and I need to go, and I will come back, but you must not create porn club, and you must not create porn club with this drawing of that skull's brain. It disgusts me.
Okay, I create something else. But you'll come back? You'll come back to Charles?
Yes, I will come back. I want to see what it is that you're going to make, and
It's gonna be
just need to-
extrabulous.
I just need to grow a little bit. Maybe I can put this whole thing behind me. But just give that drawing back, and then that'll be it.
Okay. I'll miss you, Larry. You're my best friend.
I'm my best friend too, Charles.
After about 10 minutes, you all see Charles approach the tent. And he has his little cap in his hands, and he looks a little bashful. Where is Man Boy?
Hello again. I'll come out of the tent.
I took something, and Larry says I should give it back.
Oh.
You see like a wadded up piece of parchment, and he throws it at your feet and then runs away.
Well, that was an
Wow.
exciting morning.
Vin is just gonna say, hearing none of the other part of the conversation at all, is just going to say, "Wow, Larry's getting kind of mean now. Just making him like take things and then give them back. Crazy." Well, I guess he did have a murder a guy earlier, so this is actually probably a little bit lighter than that.
Yep. Larry's a real troublemaker. Before we go, we should figure out what the password is. I don't know if there really is a password, or if Charles was just fucking with me at first. But then we should go. Get the password and go.
I mean, Choo and Clink now, right? Or Chugga and Clink?
Chugga and Clink. Is there a password? Oh, they're not here, are they?
They are.
Let's go talk to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go do that.
All right. Yeah, you find them. The demon grinder that you hear its engine roaring, and you see them like gently moving it like forward and backwards and turning it and testing it fully. Just in this small little area, what they can do. And then they see you approach and turn it off, and the just the loud noise of it is just kind of overwhelming up close. But it's a little bit easier to talk to them when it's off. And they say, "Hello, we're all ready."
Great, we're excited.
Who drive?
Of course you should drive. It's your creation. Right? Or do you want to drive? Anyway, before we do that, is there a password that we should know to be able to get back in here, or like will they just recognize you and we're good?
They both cock their head at you. Password?
Got it. Charles was just fucking with me.
Yeah, Charles is terrible.
No password.
Good.
We can drive. Or you can drive. Just remember, Mad
What?
Maggie get angry if we can't return.
I think their
Definitely.
driving might be best because they get 3/4 cover from what I read, which is good.
Exactly, yeah. But one of them
Yeah.
should drive, and the other one just somewhere else has half cover. Whatever his favorite weapon is. Probably the wrecking ball, right?
Yeah, he'll take the wrecking ball. So we'll put Chuka in the driver's seat and Clonk in the wrecking ball on the back. All right, and then any other positions your team wants to take?
I kind of want to be like in a navigator's position a little bit of like if I see any like dangers to like help Chugga know to avoid them.
Yeah.
Where there's maybe good range.
So you can do a survival. And then I think Vince said he wanted to do perception, right?
Yeah.
And then
Are you asking us to roll right now or not yet?
Well, when you're ready to go. And then just making sure you guys have an idea what you want to do. And then Pavel and Spinch, is there anything you want to do to help during travel?
To help during travel, or to like man the, I guess, yeah, to help during travel.
Yeah, you can also man, weapons and things like that. Yeah.
I mean, to help during travel, probably the best thing for me is to do an Arcana and to just sort of to sort of know like what we're getting into as we're going around here, and I'm not terribly perceptive, but if I get a report of what's around us, I could maybe guide us away from the most dangerous things by knowing stuff. I don't know.
And for Spinch, I think I missed the description of how this thing operates, but if there's an opportunity for Spinch to push more or maybe like hold something back so that something operates smoother or faster for this thing, he would try and do that with a athletics to just kind of help make sure that this thing runs very smoothly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you could there is a chomper at the front which you can use to break up any like obstacles in your way. Or if there's just like something falls apart during it, you could spend your turn repairing.
Yeah, I'll be on the chomper as a default, and then if something goes wrong, Spinch will be like ready to jump in because he knows that's his skill is like physical labor.
Yeah.
So he'll be ready to do that.
Awesome. All right. Then what direction are you headed? Where do you tell him to go?
South, I think, right?
Contra
right.
dis.
Yeah.
Onto this.
Onto this.
Okay.
Do you all know where this crash site's supposed to be? Chugga in the driver's seat.
Contra dis.
Okay.
Follow the sticks.
Are you all like experienced with like going out and
Nope.
nope, okay.
Great. I just pulled Tamila aside and be like, all right, so you figure out where we're going and I'll just try to get an eye on it.
Great. Yep. Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. As we
You
actively
begin to approach
point towards
volcanoes.
the volcano, plural.
So these lands are you get a lot of like volcanic gas. And there's a lot of obstacles you have to kind of go around these volcanoes. But following the sticks does lead you around them anyways. So you would be going west around the volcano area. Give me a perception, survival, and arcana.
I like how we both rolled 2s on that.
Yeah, it's all right though. Tamila, you don't see anything of interest, but Tamila is able to navigate you around the volcano. And you do, as you drive up on it, you don't really see it from a distance. You're up on it. You see like these weird trees, and you see like a bunch of like bulbous sacks hanging from the trees. And you see a few devils grouped around a tree. Do you press on or do you stop?
That feels like a press on, right?
I mean, it's very interesting. Like, what is the bulbous sacks in a tree? Devils grouped around it. Like, is it a... What kind of... I make a spyglass and I look. What kind of devils are they? What do they look like?
Double checking. I'm pretty sure you've encountered these before. They are bearded devils.
Is this how bearded devils are made? Do they grow on trees? This is incredible. Well,
I think I maybe heard
probably
something about
not.
sacks, like devils emerging from sacks as a
Maybe.
thing.
What kind of tree is this? Do you want some devil wood, Vin? Like, we can go cut down the tree and get you some some material.
Yeah, I guess I have
I
a lot of
mean,
materials right now, but do we
I
need to
don't
go
know.
get it?
I'm just so fascinated and excited by everything that we're going to encounter down here. I don't know why.
Okay.
mean, we
Yeah, I
can
guess
We can
investigate if you
skip.
want.
stop
We
and
can
cut down a
we can
tree real
skip.
quick.
It's okay. We can just.
I mean, I could always use more, I guess. I actually stocked up before we left El Terrell because I thought we wouldn't have any trees down here, so that's nice. Okay. If do we have like a good spot that we can slow down and like take a break for a little bit, and I'll go and cut down one of the trees.
Yeah, this ground is very flat, so you can pretty much just stop anywhere.
The devils, have they noticed us?
Yeah, you see they've noticed you, but they are on foot, so they're not attacking or anything like that.
Can we get some distance from them and like out of their sight line before we stop, or will they definitely notice that we stop?
Yeah, it would be a couple miles to get out of their line because it's so flat.
Are there still trees? Or the trees continue on?
No, their trees are very localized, small little group.
Well, we can stop in front of the devils, right? That's fine. We can handle some
Yeah,
bearded
I'll be
devils.
quick. Real
I mean,
quick. Real
I
quick.
mean, we could talk to
Everyone
them and just
man
see what's
whatever
going on.
cannons and stuff, I guess. Or arrows or whatever.
I mean, bearded
or just-
devils are pretty like we've handled those before. They're like, I mean, they're as far as things that we're going to encounter down here. Like, I don't know, bearded
Yeah.
devils. I think are
Yeah, but we still have like a while to go, and I don't want to get everybody hurt.
You're right.
So
You're
here,
right.
hang on. We'll just go quick. We'll go quick. And then we'll just start running off towards the tree, pretty close to full speed, and try to get up to a spot and just start cutting down a branch. That looks like it has a good bit of wood in it.
Okay. All right. Let me move your map to where you're going.
Yeah. I'd probably like try to tell Chugga to try to keep the demon grinder like close to Vin,
Yeah.
so we can hop back on and we can drive away.
Yeah. Is everyone
within
getting
like
off,
90
or...
feet would be great.
Yeah. Is everyone getting off or staying on? Just setting aside?
Do all of the trees have those sacks?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get off to go and examine the sack.
Okay. Great.
I would get off probably if we can get real close to trees. Within 90 feet, yeah.
And then Spinch.
Yeah, if Pavel is getting off, Spinch is getting off. And Spinch will be staying close to Pavel. Spinch knows that Vin can run really quick, so he can get out of things.
Mm-hmm.
But Spinch is gonna put his body in between Pavel and presumably the levels.
I positioned you in the bottom left of this, and then the devils are in the upper right. And I put Vin really up to a tree because he's super fast. Vin, as you approach the tree, one of the sacks explodes. And it lands on the ground and it like kind of pops. And it's like this fleshy pop, like almost like an egg, like a soft-boiled egg popping, and out comes a weird-looking thing, which I don't believe you guys have seen before. This guy.
Well, let me. Oh, we have not seen those yet.
Nope.
I don't know if we need to go in combat or not. I'm just gonna smack it a bunch real quick before I take out the saw.
Yeah, it's dazed from its awakening, so go ahead and do just one round of Vin.
Yeah, okay, so oh man, love in the 11s. Does that hit? I would imagine
Nope.
not, but
yeah, it's a little too small.
Yeah.
You missed it.
What about a 12? We going
Nope.
up? All right, unarmed attack, 23.
That hits, yeah.
Okay, for 6.
It's still alive, so it's gonna take one attack on you.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
Nope, it does not.
Alright. It tries to like bite you with its little mouth, right at your ankle.
Okay. I don't know if we are doing
You'll
a
need
full
to do
initiative or
combat. If
not
you want to
yet.
keep killing it, you can.
I'm just gonna try to kill it quick and
Yeah.
start working on the tree only because I know that's what I need to do quickly.
Mhm.
So hopefully a 20 hits.
Yes, there you go. That's enough
minimum.
to kill it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh.
there we go. I was like, and with that, he'll put his stick away and then just start hopping up. And maybe we'll just take it right off of the branch that the one popped off of and just start sawing that limb off.
Okay. Yeah. At this point, we will roll initiative because the devils saw you kill the chicken.
That's fair.
Yeah. As soon as the chicken pops out, Pavel comes over because he is just oh so excited about this, and he's like, "What is this? Where did this come from? This doesn't look like a fiend, or this doesn't look like a devil."
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check to see if you recognize it.
Are these?
So before this, Spinch is still putting his
Yeah,
body.
you would
So
have
can
been
he
close.
move?
Yeah.
He's definitely putting himself before.
You can
Yeah.
you guys can move your wherever you would be. Yeah.
He wants to make sure that Pavel's behind.
Mm-hmm. And Chuka and Clonk are staying on the demon grinder, keeping it running.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright. That's everyone's rolls. Okay, so the devils are up first. You see that one of them pushes one down here. And so he is prone. Let's do that. And then he starts moving. So let's see, what's their movement speed? 30. Okay. So we'll dash. So that one can get right up to Spinch. Okay, and then that's their movement action. And then check they don't have bonuses, right? Very cool. All right. All right. So yeah, they just start dashing up. And the one that fell, yells out, "Leave them alone!" And Vin, you're up.
Vin, I think, knows that it's going to take some time to like chop the tree down, and seeing them run over knows that we don't really have that time. So Vin will step over the chicken's body, run up to this first one, and start making some attacks. 13. I'm rolling low tonight.
Oh, that hits actually, yeah. So.
Oh, does it really? Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll do one more on that one. 23. And you know what? I will spend a key point for flurry of blows as well. So, natural 20, nice for
Nice.
14, and then I think the 10 will miss.
Yes, 10 does miss.
So that's total of 30 damage to that first one there.
Yes. You brought him from foolhardy to badly wounded in one round.
Okay.
Nicely done.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Alrighty, and then up next is Tamila.
Milla is going to she's going to bonus actions Hunter's Mark, the one next to Spinch. She's going to try out her new spell to Hunter's Mark. I'm going to mark that off. And then she wants to she'll use a holy arrow, and also she has Hunter Mark and sneak attack, so she gets to fire 2 arrows as her action.
Nice.
So yep, so arrow number 1.
That's not the new level. That definitely hits. Bit damage.
And does he still pretty hurt, or but he's fine.
Yeah, he's still up, and able to, like, he's wounded he's badly wounded, about the same as the other one. Yeah, it could
She'll
definitely take
use
another hit. Yeah.
She'll use another holy then
Okay.
for the second one as well. Okay. A lot less, but that's fine.
Yeah, the sneak added is a good bit, but that's great. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, no sneak.
on the first one I meant. Yeah, the sneak did good. Those are
Wait, so I only get sneak attack on the first of the 2 arrows.
Yes.
My first of the 2. Okay, so yeah, so that would be -1 instead of the 9, but because I still get the radiant and the hunter's mark.
Yes, so okay,
Cool.
gotcha.
Cool. Good to know. I will toggle that on and off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so she is very happy with that. And that is her turn.
Awesome.
Shift over a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Spence, yeah.
can I ask? I just want to clarify. They approached us and they said, leave it alone, but they didn't attack us.
Yeah, this one was pushed down on the right. And that one said, leave them alone.
Mm-hmm. And they just approached us, but they didn't do anything to us.
Yeah, they dashed towards you. So far, no attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
But were they aggressive? They look aggressive as they dash
they
towards
look,
us.
aggressive for sure.
Thank you.
Spinch will hold and only attack if they attack. But he'll say in response, I don't think Vin meant to hurt the thing. He was probably just surprised. We just want the tree. Hello, I'm Spinch.
Yeah, give me a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Okay. Pavel.
Oh man. Because I mean, we could. Yeah, I've got to help. I'm gonna go with Spinch. I'm gonna step back a little bit, so that these guys have a little bit more trouble getting to me. But I'm going to sort of reinforce what Spinch is saying. I rolled an Arcana really quickly. I don't know if I got a 24 looking at the abyssal chicken.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah.
Did I learn it? Yeah.
Yeah, so let's learn about abyssal chickens real quick. That's a really good roll. Okay, so they are tiny demons. So they are chaotic evil. They are not devils. They're enemies of devils. And they tend to appear next to Demon Ichor, which you notice this is actually a small lake of Demon Ichor. And malformed trees grow on the shorelines of these Demon Ichor lakes and birth these abyssal chickens. They are actually tasty bottom feeders. So they are a common meal of devils and demons alike.
Yeah. So I'm going to, with this knowledge, I'm going to sort of step back and I'm going to call out to the bearded devils, and I'm just going to sort of yell out to them. Our business here is purely academic and material gathering in nature. We don't need to fight. Are you here to sort of try to cleanse these abyssal chickens? We can maybe help with that.
Yeah, give me a persuasion with
yeah.
advantage, piggybacking off of Spinch's roll.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. On their turn, this one uses a disengage action because he still doesn't trust Spinch, and steps back. This one takes disengage and steps back from Vin. And they say, they look at each other like badly wounded, and they're like, yeah, it isn't worth it. And they just start trying to walk away. Do you let them?
I want my arrow back.
He turns to you. Oh, whoops, I grabbed the whole line. He turns to you and says, wouldn't taking it out hurt?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt me.
I'll trade
Are
you
they
the arrow
speaking
for a
in-
potion.
Are they speaking in infernal?
They're speaking
Or
in
common?
common, yeah, because they assume.
Wow, talk about
Who you?
Never mind, go ahead.
Let's see. Who are you aligned with? Which warlord?
Let me double check here.
Well, you speak Infernal, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him in infernal. Yeah.
Yeah. Throw them off their game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bitter breath.
Bitter breath. Okay. Well,
You gonna let us go? Or do you want to fight?
What's going on with your friend? You knocked them down? Did they drink the ichor or something?
Why don't you ask him? Guy's a moron. You want to do this trade?
oh no, absolutely not.
All right.
Nope.
And they just start
Consider it
walking
a
away.
gift.
Finn will say, "Oh, I guess that's taken care of," and we'll just
Mhm.
run back over to the tree and start chopping off the limb.
Guy gets back up and starts taking the these like looks like there was logs being piled up around this tree. He starts taking them and putting them away.
Oh, nice.
Pavel's making
No,
his
no,
way
no,
over
Pavel.
to the other one. Yeah.
I do. Can I just, before Chamilla maybe goes over there, I'll just be like,
Mhm.
"Hey, if that guy's not gonna use those logs, uh,
Yeah, sure.
w-
We can get you
yeah,
some logs.
we'll just add them on top."
Sure.
Mhm.
Follow Pavel and Spinch over.
Hello there.
Okay.
Hello, human. Right?
Yeah, that's me, human. What's going on here? What are you? Are you?
Those guys were trying to
What's-
kill the chickens.
Well, I mean, I'm not
Thank you
surprised.
for saving them.
They're demons. Are you are you friendly with the chickens, or do you just like to eat them?
It'd be
Are these
wrong
your
to just
chickens?
kill them. I mean, they're just babies. Look at them. They're just defenseless.
What's with the
So-
sticks?
They were gonna light the tree on fire. They're gonna make me do it.
Seem awfully mean, doesn't it?
Well, it is their nature.
But not your nature, apparently.
Yeah, you take a look at this guy. He looks like he's taken a severe brain trauma. Part of his skull is like caved in, and it's like he's been severely damaged. And he seems to have been, kind of beaten up by his other guys as well. Like just some fresh wounds from like getting into fights. He seems to be not accepted by the other devils.
Seeing that, Spinch totally understands who he is
Mhm.
and goes up to him and says, "Hello, my name is Spinch, and I think you are doing a great job trying to protect things, and I would like to be your friend because you seem very nice."
Oh, hello, Spinch. Oh, it's so nice to talk to someone instead of fighting all the time. My name is Crickendult.
Crickendult. You have a very cool name, and yes, it is very cool that you do not want to fight everything. I also have old people who all they did was yell and fight, and I was not like that, and I feel like you were like me, and I like that.
Oh, wonderful. You know, if you want to have a chicken, you can have one.
Oh, do they taste good?
You didn't hear that. And you see he pulls out of his little bag a little abyssal chicken that he holds up like it's like the cutest thing ever to him. And he's like, you didn't hear that earwax, did you? We wouldn't eat
Earwax?
chicken. Yeah.
Oh man.
Wow.
That is so funny.
Big is it? How
They are like dog size. They're not like huge, but they're not chicken sized either. They're kind of in between. So it's
Oh, you do not eat them, even though it is called the chicken? Because we eat chickens in the material plane.
Oh, well, I'm a vegan.
What is a vegan?
Oh, I mean, that means I only eat natural things without any sort of intelligence, no meat, no eggs, and no products.
No meat? You do not eat meat, but meat is so yummy.
But it means a creature had to die for my meal.
Yes, but grass dies to feed the animals, and the animals still eat, and then we eat the animals, and then when we die, we go back to the earth, and then we feed the grass.
Yeah, it just doesn't sit right with me thinking that it had emotions and a family.
Emily?
Where animals have brothers
is
and
okay.
sisters and moms and dads.
But they come from this tree, so is the tree the mom?
I guess chickens are a
chicken-
little different. But they still have brothers and sisters.
Is the chicken technically a vegetable because it or a fruit because it grows on the tree?
That's hilarious.
No, Earwax is a pet. He is my friend.
Oh, so you do not eat them. Have you ever eaten one? Do you know, or you have not ever tried?
I think I ate one before. Before
Was
I
it good?
got hit, and he points at his head. Well, the food down here is all awful. I must admit.
How
Oh.
What?
how did that happen?
Yeah.
And I sort of gesture to like his head. In the
I was
most
in the
polite way
blood
that I can.
war, and a rock got me, broken my skull, left me a terrible
Oh,
brain
no.
injury. But I've grown a lot since then.
Maybe it was not a brain injury and more like a brain helpery.
Yeah, I think so too. The other devils disagree.
Where did they go by the
You still see them walking off. They seem to be walking southwest.
All right, as long as they're not like behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's the arrangement here? Are they like do you all sort of live around here, or do you stay with the chickens by yourself and they just come to bully you?
Oh, well, I was in Bitter's Breast crew, but I think that's done now. I kind of pissed him off by they found earwax and they said I was ridiculous for keeping a pet and that I should eat him. And then they took me here so I could kill these chickens, and it was not a good time.
They sound so mean. I am so sorry you have to deal with them.
Yeah, I think
Do
I'm
you
gonna
want to
find my
join
own
us?
path. Oh, I could join you? Yeah, if you'll have me.
You are more than welcome. And he looks towards the group with like a big happy face and like thumbs up.
And earwax too?
Okay. The
Yes,
chicken's
and
not
earwax.
allowed to attack anyone.
Oh, earwax wouldn't hurt a fly. And he like scritches earwax.
What does earwax eat?
Oh, he mostly eats grains and seeds and things.
Uh-oh, I do not know if we have those things.
That's okay.
Can he find food on his own?
Yeah, he can dig them out of the earth sometimes. Or we can
That
go...
might be helpful to us.
Oh, yeah, he can find seeds. And if we go by any shops, I'll take care of him. Don't worry. I'll make sure he has enough food.
He'll turn to the group like his smile is kind of like, please, please, can I have please?
Sure, Spinch.
I mean, a guide is helpful, and I have so many things that I want to ask him. Starting with this lake, how did this get here? Is this just like a bunch of demons got killed here, and now there's a lake that makes chickens?
Yep. Remnant of the Blood War. Anytime there's a major battle, a demon ichor occurs after a good amount of time. When the bodies decompose, they become these bubbling swamps of ugh. And nature finds a way and makes little baby earwaxes.
Is the ichor how the abyss is infiltrating the hells?
Oh no, they're mostly
Kind of
getting
wander
in by
out
the
loud.
sticks.
What do you mean by that? By they come up through the sticks?
They come
Or
from
from-
Contra Dis?
The abyss side. I forget what they called it, but yeah.
Oh, right, because abyss is abyss is yeah, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And we are on the east side of the sticks right now, so. But he does say, yeah, oh, you immortals don't want to touch this stuff.
what happens if someone who's immortal touches it? What happens if
Well,
you touch it?
have
Are you immortal?
It doesn't have an effect on fiends like me and other devils or demons, but humanoids, they can have problems. Mostly deformities.
They too, apparently.
Yeah, I bet. You're able to get a solid branch from the tree, Van, during this conversation.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Vin's gonna look over and see how everything's going over there to see if like there's a good chance he's getting the wood that's like around that tree, or there's a bad chance there's a good that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then I guess kind of just judging based on the fact that Tamila hasn't apparently made that her whole focus in life. I know, a crazy idea. Is just gonna go over to another branch and start cutting that one off too. He'll just take as much wood as he can right now.
Yeah, sure.
Camilla has had it on her mind to ask about the sticks and like, hey, mind if we have these? Is that okay?
Oh yeah.
And then see if they're from this tree or if they're from like a different type of wood.
Seems to be a different type of wood that they brought here.
Interesting. I'm gonna call over to Ben. Hey Vin, this one's different.
Yeah?
You still want it? This one's
Yeah.
different. You still want it? Okay.
Yeah. Why would I want it? Wait,
No, it's
different
different.
how? Different how?
Or like javelin throw a sharp piece of wood at him.
Hang
Like
on.
aiming for here.
How
Yeah.
big are these like pieces of wood? Let me ask that.
They are, I guess they're like 3 foot long, but only like 6 inch wide. They're like branches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the javelin equivalent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
javelin
yeah.
size, right? Yeah.
Vin will catch one.
Oh yeah.
Take a look at it.
Mhm.
I guess, and this may be, this is a weird question within itself. What does the wood? What are the differences between the woods? But like also, just what do the woods look like in general? From Vin's perspective.
Give me a nature with advantage because you love wood.
Yes. Who doesn't? I mean, now I do have a +0 to nature though,
Yeah.
so still a 19 though.
Wow.
We'll take that.
These are unlike any trees in the material plane, but if you had to compare them, it's like comparing an oak to a birch. Just the bark and the center are different, and they're a bit different hardness.
Okay, and I'm guessing it's with the what I'm calling the abyssal chicken tree, um,
Is like the
be
birch.
closer to the birch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'll take those for now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know how many are over there. I'll just
There's a
add
lot. Yeah. As much
a
as you
lot.
can have in weight. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see how much Vin can have in weight.
I'm just
And we'll
gonna
kind of
fill
go
up
off of that.
the 1-ton hold of the
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say
of
Vin is
the
approaching
demon
foot
grind.
carrying capacity as is. So, how much room is there in the bag of holding?
We're
Like
approaching
none.
carrying capacity for the bag of holding too.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'm probably not gonna carry as much as I would
You can put stuff.
like.
You can put stuff just directly on the vehicle.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot we have the vehicle right there. So I'll
Yep.
load up. I don't know where. I'll try to keep track of the vehicle inventory in my bio.
Yeah.
Would it be difficult to change the vehicle to a regular character sheet so that we could give it an inventory?
I don't know how to do that. Let me see if that's an option.
I
I
don't
think
know if it
I
will preserve its actions or not. You might duplicate it first, just in case.
Yeah.
yeah. I was going to say I think it
You
is
might
hard.
you might just create a new
Sure.
character sheet for the demon grinder's hold.
Okay.
Yeah, like kind of do it like a bag of holding, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
I like how this is such a big problem we're gonna have with the bag of holding, and then we get an entire vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I should name our demon grinder.
Yeah, you're welcome to name it if you want.
Maybe the Maggie, since it's Maggie's.
Or maybe we call it Maggie's Dream Pie because it's I don't know why we're going to get the dream machine and it's Maggie's and it's just we're a bunch of peas in a pie. No? Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I want to call it I want to be able to refer to it by a name, a simple name.
Mm-hmm.
You can call it
Jennifer.
Maggie's Dream Pie. I mean, it's about Maggie. Jennifer.
Jennifer, because
Is
it
it
makes no
Jenny?
sense. It's not related to Maggie whatsoever.
Jenny.
It's like naming a
You can
ship.
call
Yeah.
it Jenny.
Crickendult, I'm just curious, why don't the devils do something about all this ichor? Is it they can't? Is it stuck here? Or do they want to be here so they can farm the chickens?
Yes, I believe some restaurants do use the chickens as one of their main courses, and savory as it is. And then there's also, why bother? I mean, there's plenty of usable ground.
Well, doesn't it give the demons a advantage in the blood war somehow?
No, we're
No?
immune to it.
I guess so.
Well, doesn't it I mean, isn't there a point to why you're fighting in the blood war? And isn't that to not have gross stuff everywhere?
Yeah, maybe once we win, we could clean up the place. It could be like the paradise it once was, but that's not in the foreseeable future.
Not with that attitude, it's not. But
With the trees, are they you're talking about the paradise that it used to be. Like, were the trees here before? Was this a forest that just got covered in ichor?
You don't know the
Or
story of
did the
Avernus?
did the trees sprout out of the ichor? Why don't you tell us your version of the story of Avernus? I would love to hear it.
Oh, well, just
Babel
the
doesn't want to admit
history.
that he doesn't know something.
Yeah, give me a deception check. I accidentally made another NPC.
That's a 6. I'm not at advantage.
Okay. He clocks this, but to save your pride, he's just like, oh, well, and, they all say down here, and only exclusively down here, so you wouldn't know, that, the Avernus used to be a temptation for mortals. Kind of like out of character. In our world, it's kind of like the garden that Adam and Eve were in. It's kind of like a parallelism to that, where it's just like this beautiful, lush, abundant forest and plains and pretty much everything you could ever want, beaches, anything a mortal could ever envision wanting was down here, and it was beautiful. But the blood war completely ravaged the lands, turning it into a wasteland that it is now.
do you think I was saying, speculating out loud to my group, do you think the good gods have some motivation to not allow the great temptation to exist anymore in the universe?
The gods are all petty and political. I am sure that some don't. Can't really know what their intentions are.
Just wants to bring a few chickens along.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just a thought, I suppose. So many political motivations around here, but okay. Well, let's collect up some sticks and maybe some chicken friends to have for various reasons that Switch can explain.
Mhm.
And let's load up the Ginny and
Yep.
let's get back.
Okay.
Feel like Ginny better or Maggie better? I'm gonna start calling it one of those two names.
I like Maggie's dream pie.
Oh, Maggie. Let's call it Maggie.
All right. Just Maggie for
We
short.
can all have our own name for it that we refer to
That
it
is
by,
true.
and we'll all know what each other is talking about.
Perfect plan.
I'm gonna call it Metal Monstrosity.
Probably should
Maggie's
ask.
Maggie's
Check it in
Metal
Claude.
Monstrosity.
Maggie's metal monstrosity. Still says Maggie in it. So.
Mm-hmm. Triple M. 3M. Indeed.
Okay.
Kirkendolt? Do you like Kirkendolt or just Kirkin or
Oh, I've never had a nickname.
you want one? Now's the time to pick one if you want one.
Crikey.
Crikey. Okay, Crikey.
Crikey it is.
Crikey. Is there any dangers around this area that we need to be aware of?
Well, for humans like you, yes.
Not human, but sure. What might those be?
Oh, I thought you were just a short human. What are you?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
What might those be?
Well, the river Styx, the general environment, the volcano, the creatures, the other devils, the other bands from the warlords. Just pretty much just danger everywhere.
How far away are the warlords? Like your group? Are they like nearby?
Well, most of them are traveling, but their lairs tend to be buried in the mountains, so you should be fine in the general areas. You just might come across
Who
one of their
lives?
bands.
Do you like more than one live in those volcanoes, or just?
I do not think anyone lives in these volcanoes. I think they're too active.
Well, there has to be something that lives up there, if not the warlords.
Well, you're welcome to go climb up. I'll
And in the
stay in the
material,
car.
there's, there might be elementals. I mean, I don't know. We can't get so sidetracked. As much as I just want to go and see everything here. Can't get so sidetracked.
Where are you headed?
We're just scavenging. There was
Okay.
a crash site near here. Kind of ship.
Oh, fun. Oh yeah, the galleon.
Ooh, that sounds promising.
Yes, the
What's the
Modron
galleon?
galleon?
I don't know. It's like a big wooden ship, and this got stuck on the island in the Styx.
Island in the Styx. That sounds difficult to get to.
Yeah, I haven't tried.
Is the sticks? If you step into the sticks, you just die. Isn't that right? That's what I think I've heard.
You
Or at
could
least
think of it
memories.
that
humans
way.
do.
Yeah, I'd say just treat it like that. It'd be best for you.
Oh well, now you have me curious.
Well, what about you? Are you immune to the Styx the same way you're immune to the Ichor?
Yeah.
Proving useful already.
Do you have any ideas for how we can cross the sticks? Like, how deep is it? Could we just drive the Maggie's Dream Kai through it?
No, yeah, it's too fast and too deep. You'd have to take a bridge.
What about to an island, though?
Is there a bridge to the island?
To the island, you probably wouldn't be able to take the grinder. You'd need a small boat. Unless you could find a barge. Make a deal with the devil that owns a barge, maybe.
Do you own a barge?
No. I only own earwax, and even that's just a friendship.
Okay. Do you know anyone who might have a barge? Or a place we can steal a boat from? Steal is such a, I don't know if we want to steal, but get a boat from.
Yeah, Elf Scream Tavern. There's a city there that has a port. I'm sure someone that has a. It's Askavik is the city.
Elf Scream Tavern?
Yeah.
You put that in chat.
That's like they're screaming because they're so happy to be at the tavern and everything's so good that they just have to scream. That's what that's about. They're so happy they have to scream.
Oh, it's not like your kind of elf. It's different.
What other types of elves are there?
I don't know. It's spelled with an A. Hang on, I'm trying to find the spelling. Askavik and then He is talking about Askadik is the town, and ALV, Alv Scream, the tavern.
It is different than Elf Scream, which I thought you were saying.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
You're good. Did you say that we'd be able to purchase a boat there, or that we'd have to like rent a boat there?
There's a port. Yeah, there's a port in the town that people dock their boats at. So I'm sure there's
Okay.
some sort of boat owner there. You'd have to follow the river Styx north and west.
We'd have to go back up the way we came from to get to this town.
Yes.
What's the next town if we kept going contra dis?
No, nothing down there.
Insight.
Yeah.
It's good. That's a good 10.
Yes, he seems like he doesn't think there's anything worthwhile to the south.
But the island and the shipwreck that you know of, it's still further south, yeah?
Yeah,
Further
southwest.
contra dis. I would say let's go put eyes on it. If we need to travel back up to the city, we can. How far disward is this town? Is it like super disward? Or not very far?
Yeah, it'd probably take you all day to get there. Or 8 hours.
Based on based on how far we've traveled, everything else like that, it's like north of Maggie's hand.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be let me see. So
is it the
you
same
just
town
traveled like an
that
hour.
Tasha's is near?
Yeah, you just traveled
Gotcha.
an hour to get here, so 8 times that.
Do I
about.
do I recognize it as the same town that Barnabas mentioned that Tasha's was near?
Mhm, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I had the impression that was really far north, all the way up to like the mountains of Dis. Let's definitely go lay eyes on the island and see if there's a different way to get to it that we feel safe with. Maybe we can recover a boat from one of the ruined cities or something like that. And the Kinku are scrappy. Maybe they can make one. I don't know. That's too much to ask. Pavel, don't eat it.
I'm just looking. It's how far does this go?
It's not too wide. It's maybe like 100 foot. It's not like a mile or anything.
How many demons had to decompose to make this much bigger?
An entire battalion.
Just one.
Yeah.
This is a whole battalion.
Yep.
Are there other battalions in Avernus now from the Abyss?
Yes.
Do you know how many? Do you know where they are?
I'm not in the
No.
war anymore.
No. So you once did.
Yeah, that's how I got my head wound.
Right. You said it was from a rock in a swamp. The swamp like this one, right?
You actually saw, you saw a swamp
Yeah.
to the north of Mad Maggie's.
So that was a
It wasn't
that was a
demon
demon
ichor.
ichor. It was or wasn't? Sorry.
It was not, sorry.
Okay.
It was a natural swamp.
Swamp of Temptation. Huh. Wonder how it got there. Alas. I don't know if we have anything else to do here. I am my curiosity satisfied. I'm happy we came.
I'm helping Finn gather as much wood as he wants.
I can
Spinch, talk to your
I can do a floating